Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a preview of a prototype of Fate Defenders of Grimheim. This is a cooperative game upcoming from Fricks, and as always, we take no compensation for our coverage. We just want to help you make an informed decision. I'll be doing a true solo play of this cooperative defense game, although it plays up to 4, and then I'll give my thoughts at the end of the video. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. We have over 50 of them now. You can also listen to our podcast for great interviews and more reviews, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. Alright, so here I've zoomed out a little bit more. Let me just sort of talk about the structure of play of Fate. This is most similar to Defenders of the Realm if I had to pick a game. It's basically a crisis management adventure game. Each player is going to have a different little hero. You can, of course, multi-hand them, but right now I'm just playing with one. And you'll be spawning monsters into different parts of the board with these cards, some of them being bosses. And then at the end of every round, after each hero has taken a turn, the monsters are all going to move in towards the main town here, Grimheim. And each monster that reaches Grimheim will destroy one of these buildings, which are placed based on the number of players. And if all of them are destroyed, including the last one, the well that you are defending, then you lose the game. But if you can survive until the end of this time track without the town being destroyed, then you win. And there's a shorter and longer time track to play with. I'm going to show you the shorter one today because it's supposed to be a little bit easier. And so far, I'll be honest, I haven't won the game. It's pretty darn challenging. Also, something else to note for difficulty, there is an optional monster die that varies up how the enemies activate each round. And I'm also not using this in the playthrough because, again, I want to have at least a chance to win, and right now I seem to be trash at this one. Moving over to the hero side of things, each character has their own board. They each have their own unique deck of event cards. You're going to draw from these for free at the end of each round, or at the end of each turn, and you can play them as kind of free actions, usually do cool things. They each have their own unique deck of equipment cards, and these are fun because they give you little side quests to complete to actually unlock them for free once you've done the side quest. And they're shuffled, and only the topmost card is available to you, so it's going to change each game what kind of stuff you can get. Similarly, you have 5 event cards to level up into, plus your character themselves can level up, plus you have a starting ability card you can level up. And these will be gained by spending experience gold to upgrade your character at the end of each turn. And whenever you upgrade, you can either improve something you already have, or you can gain a level 1 new ability and then upgrade it later. And like with equipment, only the topmost ability card is available, and this is all, again, fully unique for each character, so gives lots of variety in the play with at least the 4 that I've seen so far in the prototype they sent. And on each hero turn, you can take up to 2 actions. They are exclusives, so if I attack, that's now covered by a token, so I can't attack again, but I could move. Prepare lets you draw an event card. Practice lets you get more experience or gold. Focus lets you put mana tokens on cards that take them. You're also going to gain this much mana as income at the end of each turn for free. And then you can use them to do special abilities like her Hail of Arrows here that I'll get to in a second. And Mend lets you heal damage from your character. And if you're in Grimheim, you can also heal damage from equipment cards if you have any that take damage on them. And looking at Alva's initial situation, everyone's got fun sort of tongue-in-cheek humor going on. Alva learned archery from her father at an early age. She can hit a butterfly at 50 paces, but would never dream of doing it. Butterflies are pretty. So she has 2 attack, 9 health, and her starting ability is, if she ends her turn in a forest, she adds 1 mana to any card. And again, you can upgrade. In this case, her attack and health stats would go up. She also has a first bow that gives her 2 range and +1 to her attack. It's been serving her well over the years, but it sure could use an upgrade by now. And then finally, she's got a Hail of Arrows starting ability. It generates, like I said, 1 mana per turn. And it's got a 3 mana cost. So if you spend 3 mana, you can deal 1 damage to up to 3 monsters within attack range. And again, this can be upgraded. It'll generate 2 mana a turn. That's pretty awesome. And her starting event is Take a Knee. Choose a non-boss monster within attack range and may not move during its turn. And like I said, goofy jokes. Just what he needed. Ha 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 ha. And now we're going to start the game by spawning 1 basic spawn card, reinforcement card, for each player in the game. So just 1 here. Oh, and we got some Trollkin up in the northwest. Brutal band, specializing in war drums. Tells you where they go in the Dark Forest, shows you where they spawn specifically and which type they are. There are 3 factions or types of enemy in the game. Each of them has a simple, medium, and like big boss type creature. Plus there are also bosses in the spawn deck. And they have an attack stat. They have a heart stat, that's how much damage you have to do to defeat them, and how much gold experience they give you for upgrading when you defeat them. They also have a special ability for the entire type of unit. So Trollkin get +1 attack for each other Trollkin adjacent to them. So they love to join together and kill things. There are also the dead, imps, skeletons, and Draugr. They hit more often on the dice. And finally, the Fire Horde, which my character really hates, because they have 2 range in all their attacks, just like I do, so it eliminates my main advantage. Jotuns, Elementals, and Sprites. But in this case, the Brutal Band is just a ton of brutes. One there, a pair of them boosting each other there, and a pair of them boosting each other over there. And let's speak briefly about terrain, and then we'll be ready to go. Forests are on the board. You'll see they have lighter green and darker green versions. If you're in them, anyone attacking you will hit less often on the dice, and similarly, if you're attacking enemies in forests, it's harder to hit them. You also have mountains, which enemies can move into, but heroes can't, except for this little troll cave area. You can move into there. And these tokens on these little areas are starting bonuses. If you go to these places, you can use them. So like on the troll cave, I can freely use these to heal my stuff if I want to until they're all gone. And finally, Grimheim is its own really big location. If you move in there, you have to end your movement. You can't continue moving out of it. But then when you move out of it, you can go anywhere adjacent to it as your first move. And also while you're in Grimheim, the mend action heals 5 instead of 2. And you can heal equipment, which usually you can't. I think I might have already said that. All right, but enough of the rules. Let's jump into the first round of the easy mode, at least as easy as it goes, for Fate Defenders of Grimheim, and see how Alva does. So first, let's look at her current side quest. She can find a tiara in the Dark Forest. Turns out you're a princess after all. This is actually very convenient. The Dark Forest is up in the corner of the board, but that's where the Trollkin currently are. And if I go there, it starts with 6 gold on it. At the end of each of my turns, I take 1. Oh, so it's really not going to do much for me. Over the long term, it'll be great, but yeah, it's just kind of meh. But hey, it's easy to get to, so I'll certainly try to get it. My starting ability that I could grab is Suppressive Fire, which lets me stop one monster from moving at the end of each of my turns, which is decent. I guess it would stop them from charging at me and killing me in melee. But I might cycle that one at the end of my turn. You can cycle the top card of one of the decks. And I don't have enough to pay for Hail of Arrows, so yeah, I can't even reach the guys. I think I'm just going to move and practice to get closer to leveling up. So that'll give me 1 more experience. And for the move, so enemies will usually move 1 in the direction indicated by where they're coming from. Once they're on a road, they always follow the road and ignore the direction of where they came from. And if you're playing with the monster die, they have a chance to charge to move twice. But additionally, even in the basic rules, they will charge if they move 1 and then they're within 1 of attacking a hero, but not adjacent yet. And also, they will never move when they're adjacent to a hero, so you can stop them from getting into Grimheim if you do that. All right, so I get a bonus for ending in a forest space. Let's maybe just go here for now. I'm not going to be in range of them no matter what, so that seems fine. All right, and that's as quick as turns go. So I reset my actions. I can upgrade if I have 5. And then it becomes 6, 8, and finally it's 10 over and over again. That is not happening. Then I get to add mana. Hail of Arrows adds 1. And then because I ended in a forest with Alva's ability, I add another one. So this is ready to be used next turn to deal 1 damage to up to 3 monsters within my attack range of 2. Then I draw another event card. Rest. Heal 2 damage from Alva. And this is just a free action, so that's cool. And finally, I can switch a card. I'm not going to switch Tiara, because that is going to be easy to get. But I will go here. What's my new option? Snipe. Once per turn, I can roll a 2 damage or 2 dice attack against a monster within attack range. That's pretty darn good to get some extra damage out here, or to try to kill some weenier guys when they start popping out. Okay, after all players have gone, so if there were more than one of us, we would each take our turn. Then we have a monster turn. The time marker moves first, and any turn that it moves to one of these axes, we're going to spawn some more monsters, 1 card per player, during the reinforcement steps. It doesn't happen right away. There's an axe on the first space because you spawn at the beginning of the game. Okay, then if I was using the monster dice to make the game harder, I would roll it, but then monsters move. And you always start with those closer to Grimheim and then move outwards. They move 1 space. If they're on a road, they follow the road. If they're not, they follow the arrow from where they started. So that guy is on a road. So they're just going to kind of keep on going like that. And then if charging had been activated by the die or by them being able to reach me to attack me, they would charge. So if I had ended here, this guy would now move like that to get to me because he can reach me. And then next is monster attacking. Luckily, that doesn't apply here. And then we do reinforcements if it had reached an axe, which it hasn't yet. Okay, coming back to me, I have a plan. It's a little dangerous, but I can move into the Dark Forest and then attack, and I might get butchered afterwards. Hopefully I kill one of these guys. So for the move, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, which means I'm now in the Dark Forest and I can get the tiara. It also means that I'll be in cover for when they attack back. But I'm going to, I think, attack people next to me, so hopefully I can kill one of them. And they're unfortunately also in cover. You'll see what that means when I attack in a second. But first, I am going to, this is just a free action unless it says otherwise, find it in the Dark Forest. I found it, so it gets 6. I discovered my royal heritage, and boom, I'll get one of those at the end of every turn. Let's see what my new one is. Throwing darts. Spend 1 practice action in a forest to get your aim right. Spend, whenever it's referred to by a mini quest like this, means take the action as one of your actions, but don't do anything with it. So I would basically put an action cube or one of my action tokens on practice, but I wouldn't get the normal experience or gold. And that's actually really easy to get right now because I'm in a forest. But what does this one do? I can put a damage on it. That's also once per turn, just like other abilities. To roll a 3 dice attack against an adjacent monster. That's an amazing one. Awesome. In fact, hold on. I'm next to some monsters right now. My normal attack is only 3 dice currently. So, yeah, why not just go ahead and get it now? So I'm going to take a practice action instead of attacking. I will spend it instead of using it. And I'll immediately get throwing darts. And then I'm going to use it once per turn. It's a free action. Put a damage on it. You can only hold up to 2 to do a 3 dice attack against an adjacent monster. So once it has 2 damage on it, it doesn't go away. I just can't use it again. Unless I go to Grimheim. That's the only place where you can repair damage on items and take a mend action. Okay, so I'll have that in a second. Oh, and then look at this. Kill 3 adjacent monsters to practice weapon switching. After each attack action, deal 1 damage to a monster adjacent to Alva. That's different. The last game I played with her, she was completely a ranged monster, but maybe I'll switch that up this time. But for now, let's try to kill at least one of these brutes. So I'm going to go ahead and use throwing darts and do a 3 dice attack against an adjacent monster. These guys are pretty much identical, but let's do the one slightly closer to Grimheim. And let's look at the dice. So you've got 2 complete miss symbols, a rune, which is going to be a miss for everybody except the dead, and then some characters can get abilities. So that is 50% miss. And then you've got 2 regular hits and 1 hit with a circle, which is also a miss if the target is in cover, which this person is. So I only have a 1/3 chance with each of these dice, of hitting. Let's hope that I can get, if I can get 2 damage, I can finish them off with Hail of Arrows. If I only get 1, I'm in a bad way. Yeah, that's awesome. So that is 2. The rune doesn't count. 2 out of 3. You can just put it right on them. But then I'm going to use my Hail of Arrows. So it uses all 3 of my mana. Deal 1 damage to 3 monsters within attack range. So that means 1, 2, and this guy gets finished off. This is an awesome turn. I'm getting 2 experience, 2 gold from him. There we go. And then I killed my first of 3 adjacent monsters. At least in the version they gave me, you're putting like little dice on it to keep track of those things. So if I kill 2 more adjacent monsters, I can get the Elven Blade. All right, that was like literally the best turn ever. So end of turn, I reset my actions. I can upgrade. I've got 5, so I move this over. And I get to spend the 5. You don't have to upgrade. And also, if I had like a ton of gold, like say I somehow got 11 all at once, you can't upgrade more than once per turn. So my choice is I can flip Alva to have 4 attack instead of 2 and 10 life instead of 9. It's not a bad idea. I can flip Hail of Arrows. This one is pretty crazy. It now generates 2 mana per turn instead of 1. And it gives me the flexibility to spend 1 to 4 mana and deal 1 damage to that many different monsters within attack range. So that's really good. But then Snipe is awesome. Roll 2 dice against a monster within attack range. What happens when I upgrade that? 5 dice. A free 5 dice attack every turn. I'm going to get Snipe. I like getting new stuff. Okay, so I have now gained, I'm just going to fit it down here. Got the Snipe ability, throwing darts. I've got some, actually here, I like to do my events like that so they don't take up as much room. Okay, then I add mana to every card with a mana cost. So Hail of Arrows is the only one still. I get to draw a new event, another rest. Well, I guess it's good that they're about to hit me, but I kind of wish these were more aggressive here. And I can use end of turn abilities at any point during this phase. So like if you gain a card that has an end of turn ability, you can use it. So I'll go ahead and use Alva's ability to gain a mana because I'm in a forest. I'll go ahead and use Tiara's ability to get me an experience for next turn. And I think that's it. I just have to decide if I'm going to switch a card. I don't want to switch Elven Blade. I'm actually making progress. Do I want to switch this? Star Song. At the end of your turn, draw 1 additional event card. That's pretty darn good. Deal more damage. Well, I do have Snipe now. For now, I'll leave it. I don't really remember what else she had. So that's it for Alva. Okay, the turn marker advances, and next turn there will be more reinforcements. Terrifying. Not doing monster dice. Monsters move. All right, so this guy follows the road. This one follows the road. This one goes with him. This one doesn't move because they're next to me, but also they won't move if they're blocked. So, like, let's say there had been another brute here, and this guy didn't move because he was next to me. This guy wouldn't move because the first brute is in his way. The exception of that is boss monsters. They'll just swap with people if they can't move, so that they're always either making progress or attacking. Okay, now I'm getting attacked for 3 dice. Luckily, there's no other trollkin nearby to boost him because I did kill the one. And I am in the forest, so I benefit from cover. Although if they roll as well as I did, it might not matter. Yep, I take 2 damage. And that goes right on your hero card, 2 out of 9. If you get knocked out, by the way, you go down to 5 damage on you, so Alva would only heal 4. And you remove 2 of the town pieces from Grimheim, and then your turn just continues like normal. So don't do that, in other words. That's terrible. All right, and no reinforcements yet. Let's go ahead and try to kill some things, I guess. All right, so I've got a lot of ways to fight here. I can do my second use of throwing darts against the trollkin next to me. I can use my once per turn use of snipe to attack the trollkin next to me or the one a little bit farther away. I could use an action to do a regular attack. Let's start with the throwing darts. I figure I might go back to Grimheim eventually anyway. So there we go. I'm attacking the one next to me for 3 dice. And again, I hope to not roll. Yes, man. No cover results, and 1 miss, but 2 is enough. Because he's injured from my hail of arrows last turn, so I get 2 more gold. And now this guy's within 2, so let's use my snipe ability. Once per turn, 2 dice attack sounds good to me. Okay, now this guy's not in the forest, so I'm only doing 1 damage. The rune is a miss. See, he's on a mountain over here. And now should I use my actual attack to finish him off? Ooh, I forgot. I have 2 now for Elven Blade. I need 1 more. I guess I don't need to finish him. As long as I can get into attack range, I could just hail of arrow him to death. So, yeah. But at the same time, he's not near any other monsters, so the hail of arrows would probably be a waste. Okay, so let's just go ahead and attack him. I need to get 1 hit, and cover doesn't apply. I'm using my regular attack stats, which are not great. Just 3 dice. Luckily, these guys don't have a... Oh, man, I only got 1 hit, but that's all I needed. So that's another kill. Ooh, with my TR, I'll be able to upgrade again. Awesome. And I've still got another action. I don't want to move off of the forest. So let's practice again, I think, to get another experience. Okay, and then end of turn. Reset actions. I'll go ahead and do, while I'm thinking of it, my end of turn Tiara bonus. And then I can upgrade for 6 this time, and I love this snipe ability being 5 attack, by the way. Sometimes the art changes, sometimes they zoom in for the upgraded version, so this guy's butt is really shot. So yeah, I'm going to do that for my 6, and now I can shoot with a 5 damage attack, or 5 dice attack every turn for free. Seems pretty darn good. Then I add a mana to Hail of Arrows, it's ready to use, and I get another one from Alva being in a forest. Draw a card. Ooh, Piercing Arrows. Play after one of your dice rolls. Ooh, add 1 damage for each rune, so that's a one-time use to make runes hit for me. And finally, I can change stuff. Definitely not getting rid of Elven Blade, that's about to unlock. Star Song. Actually, I will go ahead and switch that one. Let's see what else we got. Flexibility. Oh, I got this one last game. This is nice. So you move each once per turn. I get 1 mana every turn on it. For 1 mana, I can move 1. For 2 mana, I can increase attack range +1, which is amazing. And for 2 mana, I can add 2 automatic damage to an attack after it's rolled. And then if I upgrade this, I get 2 mana per turn and add an option to draw an event card. Yeah, that's a new one. So that's a really solid one. Although I'd have to level up, upgrade twice to be able to afford that, so that might not happen. And all right, we're going to another turn. We are going to reinforce at the end of this turn, but first let's move and see if anybody attacks. But no, the troll can have reached the temple ruins. And this guy's right here. Ooh, I can just run here, and yeah, that's what's going to happen, I think. And now we reinforce some more. What the... Oh, no, okay, this is not the same place. This is Ogre Valley. But man, it's all Trollkin all the time this game. Last game, it was mostly the dead. All right, so what do we got? We got a troll this time. That's the level 3, 6 attack and 7 life. And 2 little gobos. They are going to die easily to like my snipe and such. And then 2 more of these brutes. I will say it's sort of nice that they're all coming in. There is a lot of luck in the game. I'll talk about that at the end in my thoughts. But it's nice that they're all coming in sort of in the same general quadrant, because it means that I don't have to run halfway across the board in a solo game. In a multiplayer game, of course, we can kind of split things up. That's what I want to do. These guys are a lot farther than them, although not that much. But yeah, I think I should finish off the brutes first, or try to finish them off. I still think my original plan is good, to move in here to get some more mana and see how things go. So yeah, I'm going to take a move action to go in there. And let's go ahead and do my free 5 dice attack against the guy next to me, who is fully not hurt. All right. Oh, awesome. I mean, he wasn't in a forest. Oh, man, the other guy was in a forest. I kind of wish I had shot him now. But either way, I did kill that guy. Which bonus for me? He's another adjacent one. So let's go look at this Elven Blade again. Heal 3 adjacent monsters to practice weapon switching. Okay, so after each attack action, deal 1 damage to a monster adjacent to Alva. That's not going to apply right now, but that's cool later. And what's the new one? Singing Bow. This would be a new main weapon. So I'd get, right now my current weapon is +1. This would be +3. It's still attack range 2. After each attack action, add 1 mana to any card. Wow, that's crazy. When you have rolled 10 attack in Forest, you've learned the Song of the Trees. I'll get that in like 10 seconds if I can just make this work. Hey, man, shoot, let's start right now. I'll take an attack action against that guy. Now I wish I'd saved the snipe to shoot at him, because then I would already be halfway there. That wasn't great. I could use my piercing arrow to do a single damage. That's a waste. And speaking of waste, I'm definitely not going to use Hail of Arrows to spend 3 mana to hurt a single guy. The upgraded one would be perfect, but I don't have it upgraded yet. But I did get 3 out of 10 for the bow. Man, I want to get that soon. All right, and we reset our actions. We do not have 8 to upgrade. Oh, here, let's go and take our free. We get double mana, so we're ready to use this twice, although you can only use each ability once per turn unless otherwise indicated. So even if I have like 50 mana on there, I can't use it all at once. Oh, I forgot. I do want to use an event because I'm about to draw one and I can't hold it anymore. Let's use Take a Knee on that troll or that brute I was shooting at, because otherwise he would be just out of range and I'd have to waste an entire move action just to follow him. So yeah, Take a Knee is happening, and that way I have the capacity to draw. Back down. Choose a rank 1 or rank 2 monster within attack range which is closer to Grimheim than you. Kill it. Oh, that's a great ability. I just got to move right to make it happen. Alrighty, time marker moves down. This is the terrible reinforcement, the last one of the game, which is going to spawn much nastier things. And each of these skull turns, all the enemies will charge automatically, which means unless they get next to me, they will be moving 2 each round. Alright, but speaking of movement, that guy's staying still because of my ability. These dudes are charging. I got a little bit of time though. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so that guy's got 3 life. He's still in the forest. I think I'll do an attack and then snipe. It's a little bit wasteful, but I want to unlock that bow. Let's do the attack first for 3. At least 3 for now until my bow starts singing. Only 1 damage, okay, with the miss because he's in cover. And then I'll use my once per turn snipe for 5 more. There we go. 3 exactly. Nice. All right, so that gets me to 6. I'm almost going to level up with my tiara. And that was 8 more dice, so I unlock the singing bow. It just replaces my starting bow. So now I have 5 attack normally, and after each attack action, add 1 mana to any card. And it says I gain it when I've rolled 10 dice. So I feel like the attack action was still resolving, and maybe I would get the bonus still, right? Because I was still in the middle of the attack when I unlocked it, and now it's after the attack and I get a mana? I don't know. Actually, things are going pretty well. Let's say I don't get that, just to assume that things are a little bit nastier in their timing. Okay, and then what's this one? Elven Arrows. Stand in the troll caves and spawn an adjacent troll. Whoops! But I would get just +2 attack. I'm really close to the troll caves, but adding the toughest, the troll is the big in here. Adding one of them when I already have too many enemies on the board, that seems like maybe a terrible idea. I don't know if I'll do that one. All right, but what do I want to do for my second action? If I run to here, then just that goblin... Oh no, actually he would charge forward to be in range. Ooh, if I run to here, he would get here and hit me with a +1 bonus from the other one. But I'd have 2 in range that I could kill pretty easily. Yeah, okay, let's try that. So I'll move for my second action. I'm finally not in a forest to get the bonus. And then, well, hold on, they're not moving yet, but they'll move in a second. And before my turn ends, I'm going to use one of my rests to heal myself, because again, otherwise I would have too many cards, and I don't want to waste the back down on one of those goblins. Oh, and I could use it anyway. They're not closer to the town than I am. All right, get my actions back. I get 1 gold from the tiara, so I'm 1 away from upgrading. I get mana. I'm not in a forest this time, but I'm definitely about to use that thing a bunch. I draw another event. Multi-shot! Choose up to 2 monsters within attack range. Roll 2 dice against each. I have so many ways to attack right now. I have loved how this character is compared to some of the other ones. And then switch cards. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm going to get the Elven Arrows. I still like the flexibility. Alva's Bracers. Pay 5 gold in a forest. I do have 5 gold. To have them imported from Alfheim. So what is it? I get 1 mana a turn. Ooh, for 3 mana, perform an attack action. So it's a free attack action every 3 turns. Although it would put me a lot farther from upgrading, which will either let me double the utility of my Hail of Arrows or get flexibility. That's a tough choice. All right, turn marker. Final nasty enemies are coming in a second. But first, let's deal with the nasty enemies in front of me. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This guy's going to attack. He's normally only a 1, but because he has 1 Trollkin adjacent, he is a 2. I don't have cover. In my last game, I had a dwarf who just ignores damage from everybody, so like he was never getting hurt. So I would just rush into people. She's a little squishier, but that was only 1 damage. That was not bad. And this takes us to the last turn before reinforcements come in. Now, the troll is super hard to kill and takes a ton of effort. And no matter how big they are, they only destroy 1 building when they come in. Well, except for bosses. They destroy 3. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll just try to kill these 4 people and let the troll go in and take out 1 building. Although he is worth 3 gold, so he's certainly more valuable to defeat. Now, in terms of cover, that guy's not in the forest. That guy is. That guy's not. Okay, so the only one who has cover is that one. I was trying to figure out how to use my events and things to kill as many people as possible. You know what? I think, actually, I'm going to go, to here for my first action. Because I have a ton of ways to hurt people, and I want to be able to hurt as many as possible. So first, let's do an attack on non-cover dude here. So that's, he has 3. And now with my singing bow, I'm going to get to do 5 dice. All right, here we go. Wait, where are the rest of the dice? Oh, man. So that's actually fine, because I'm going to do my hail of arrows to do the last damage. So 2, not a problem. Now, what do I do? After an attack action, I can put 1 mana on a card. After each attack action, I can deal 1 damage to a monster adjacent to me. Is this going to be one of these guys? Oh, and I just realized, oh my gosh, Alva's Bracers are better than I thought, because look, that's going to trigger the Singing Bows and mana bonus again, and that's going to trigger the Elven Blade again. Holy crud. So yeah, you know what? Never mind. Let's go ahead and spend the 5, since I'm in a forest, to unlock them, and I guess it's a little too late. Well, nah, I think it's fine. I'm going to say that I put the mana from the bow on there instead. Now, what's this one now? Bloodline Crystal. Discard 3 cards in the Temple Ruins. Oh, that's really far away. As you realize, you're related to Gandalf, King of Alfheim. Oh, so I am a princess. So it gets 2 every turn. For 3, add 2 damage to your attack action. For 3, draw 1 event card. I'm a princess. I knew it. Cool. I don't think I'll have time to get that, but that's decent ability. All right, so I'm about to hail of arrows the heck out of these people, but let's go and use my snipe on this guy. It's 5 dice. If I can just get 2 damage, it'd be amazing. Then the hail of arrows would finish him off. Man. Oh, never mind. Where is it? Yes, piercing arrows. So play after one of your dice rolls, add 1 damage for each rune. So these were ignored because of his cover. This is the guy in the forest, but that's still 3 damage with the event. Dude, I cannot believe how well this is going. It's certainly a game that snowballs a bit if things go your way. Shoot, let's use a multi-shot and shoot up to 2 monsters in range for 2 dice each. Maybe I will kill the troll. All right, so first the little gobbo right next to me. Oh, he's dead. Cool, I didn't expect that. And then the troll. Oh, nothing. Okay, so Goblin is dead. It's another experience. I'm actually up to 5. I think I will still be able to level up this turn, because I'm going to use Hail of Arrows with 3 to do 1 damage to him, and 1 to him, and 1 to him. So that is 3 more experience. Beautiful. Yeah, even without the tiara. Oh, I never marked that I attacked. I definitely did a regular attack. Okay. Wow, that was good. So I get my, we're going to the end of a turn. I get my tiara bonus. And then I'm going to spend 8 to upgrade. 8, so I have 1 left. And I'm really not sure. I could upgrade Hail of Arrows to where it gets me 2 every turn instead of 1, and I can split it between up to 4 monsters and not spend all the stuff. Or I can get this flexibility. But now that I have Alva's Bracers to put the bonus on, I don't really want the flexibility as much. I could also upgrade myself to get this +2 dice, but 5 seems fine. I'm already attacking a lot. So yeah, let's upgrade Hail of Arrows. And this happens before you gain mana. Now we're going to gain mana. So it's getting 2 more. And Alva's Bracer is getting 1. Ooh, and then because I'm on a forest, I can add 1 to anything. Oh my gosh. It's going to be amazing, everybody. But from now on, I will need 10 mana to upgrade on if that's going to happen. I do get to draw a card and mark an undamaged rank 3 monster or an undamaged boss with 2 experience markers is worth +2. Ooh, so I can make the troll worth 5 all by himself? That is a great card. Okay. And then switch. I don't want to get rid of my 3 cards. I'm not near the temple. Let's see. Oh, it's another main weapon. Definitely don't care about this. Kill 4 monsters at range 2 or more. Ooh, it lets me roll an extra die for runes. But I really like the singing bow mixed with the bracers. That's an awesome combo, so no. All right, this is going way better than my previous games. I think maybe I'll actually win for once. We are going to reinforce a strong card in a second. But now we're going to have monsters move, attack, and reinforcements. And that's just the troll, so he's kind of far away now. All right, let's draw. Ooh, we got a boss, the Seer of Odin. And there's a weaker and a stronger version for each of these. Here we go. So they have 0 attack. Okay. 6 life. That's actually not that bad. 4 experience. So she or he is there. Who was Odin's seer? That was like the skull guy, right? Mimir or whatever. So either way, I think that was a guy. Dead. Oh no, as her attack. Never mind. Deals 1 unpreventable damage to all heroes everywhere. Oh, well, good thing I have 9. That'd have been terrible for my dwarf who only had 6 last game. I didn't see it coming, but she did. She's up on the other side of the world in Marsh of Sorrow. 4 skeletons, level 2s, 3 imps, level 1s. Remember, the dead are the ones who hit on runes, and herself. Okay. Right, so here she is, and the imps have 2 attack and 2 life. So they they hit on runes too, so they're just better than goblins unless you have a lot of goblins together boosting each other. And the skeletons have 4 attack, 3 life. So again, they're going to be way better than the brutes overall, who have 3 attack and 3 life, unless there's a lot of brutes boosting each other. Okay, and then I got to remember she's going to hit me every turn, but that's only during enemy attack, and reinforcements happens after, so we don't do that yet. But do remember that every turn that we go into this, they're going to charge automatically and move 2. So I got to deal with this troll if that's what I'm doing, and then get over to dodge ASAP. All right, so I'm thinking I go here, I kill the troll and stuff, then I go here, maybe mend my throwing darts, and then I run out and kill. Maybe I'll have enough time for that? All right, so let's try it. So I'll go here to the robber camp. I'm going to put my prey ability on the troll, so now he's going to be worth 5, not quite enough to level up. And I'm actually not sure how much damage I need to do to him yet, so let's start with my free snipe. He has 6 life left, so I can't kill him. But hopefully I get... oh, that was not great. Okay, so he's got 4 life left now. All right, so now I'm going to do my attack action. So with the singing bow, it's going to be 5. And then I'll get to... what? Oh, Elven Blade will let me do a damage to him because he's next to me automatically. And then I'll also get to put a mana down. So he has 4 life left, but really it's 3 because of the Elven Blade. Boom! Okay, I didn't even need it. That was great. So it gets me 5 gold, plus 1 I already have. That's 6. I'm going to get 1 from the tiara. That's 7. Still not going to be upgraded for a while. And let's get a mana on Alva's Bracers from the Singing Bow's ability. All right, I think that's about it. I reset my actions. I can't upgrade. I'm getting way more mana friggin' everywhere. I'm in a forest too. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be killing everybody. Can I get a card? Popular. Ooh, playing Grimheim only gave 2 gold. I'm about to go there, I think. And switch cards, sure. I really don't think I'll get anything else. Quiver. Kill a rank 3 monster without getting the gold. Well, there aren't literally any on the board, so I don't think that'll happen. All right, and this is the last non-charge turn, but I think... do I still have time to go to Grimheim and repair my stuff? Next turn, there'll be 2 ahead. Yeah, so I should be able to run out, and then they'll just be attacking me a bunch. Well, let's see if we survive. So this is going to be the easiest turn ever for me. I'm moving into Grimheim for my first action, and then I'm mending, normally for 2. But because it's in Grimheim, it's up to 5, and I can repair items. So I have my 3 attack dice against an adjacent monster for my throwing darts. So I have Snipe, Throwing Darts, Hail of Arrows, my Elven Blade, being able to attack twice per turn. I can only use all these once per turn, so it's not going to be as crazy as it could be. But yeah, this is going to be pretty Oh yeah, that's right. Let's go ahead and get 2 gold in Grimheim. Oh, and I'm almost there, even with the tiara. I'll be at 9. Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and do this. So I get that. So I'll just throw away the tiara because it is fully exhausted. Adding mana. I am not in a forest, but I still get just so much. I don't have enough turns to use this ability fully. And switch a card. Yes, let's see if we can get something different. Elven Arrows. Stand in the... oh, that was one with the Troll Cave. Nope, I'm not getting that. Oh, I forgot. Last turn, the Seer would have done 1 damage to me, but I had enough from my mending to heal it. But this time it will get me. Okay, so time mark is moving. They are going to charge, which means... brains. And then, yep, she is going to plink me for 1. So I got 8 life left. I gotta run out and kill these people. You cannot, by the way, attack from Grimheim. Nobody's adjacent to you, and you're not adjacent to anybody when you're in there. All right, so here we go! Oh, move here, I think. Oh, I could be in the forest. Yeah, that seems better. Okay, I'll be in the forest. Still none of them will reach the castle yet. And yeah, there's a lot of targets. Is anybody in the forest? Beautiful. Nobody has cover except me. So let's just do some stuff, man. I only got 1 guy adjacent to me, so let's go and use my throwing darts for 3 against him. I'm loaded for bear and very angry. Oh, that sucked. Okay, 1 damage. That works. I actually still have a way to kill him, so I'm not worried. Because for my second action, I'm going to attack, and then I'm going to use the bracers to attack, and then I got the hail of arrows. All right, so first attack, 5 dice. Against our friendly friend here before he actually gets over and attacks me. That's a 5 dice, and oh my god, that was the worst. It's okay. I got really lucky earlier, so that's 1 damage to him. Okay. I can snipe him or something in a second. Because I did an attack action, I get to do 1 next to somebody for my Elven Blade. And I get to put 1 mana down. I honestly have too much. And then let's try an attack action against him again for 3 for my Alva's Bracers. Okay, so I need 2 more damage. There we go. That'll do it. So that kills him for 2. And then with my Elven Blade, I do 2 more to him, or 1 more to him. And I get a mana back. I'm honestly not sure what to use it on. Speaking of mana, let's go ahead and use 3 from Hail of Arrows. 1, 2, 3. Everybody in range of me. I wish I could use it again, but I can't. But I still have Snipe. Let's use it on the guy with 2 life left. Yeah, this is Goofy Town, y'all. I've never had this many bonuses. Oh, you're dead. You're super dead. All right, that's 2. And yeah, I think I have fully exhausted my insanity. So, end of turn, I get a bonus. Actually, well, first, reset actions, and I'm going to upgrade, because gosh, I have enough. 5. Damn, I still have 5 more, wow. And I'm going to get flexibility, and then for being in a forest, I'm going to put a mana on it, so I can increase my attack range or do 2 automatic damage to the boss in a second. Then I get my regular mana, 1 on you, and 2 on you, and 1 on you. And I can use each of these abilities once per turn. If I use my Singing Bow to put them on there, because I already have enough of my Bracers, I should be able to, do all of them. This is insane, y'all. And I do get an event, Inspire Defense. Play after you've performed a mend action in Grimheim to gain 1 town piece. Ooh, to give the town more life. That's cool, but I don't think I'll need it. Because they be charging. All right, so this guy, they're going that way. So he goes like that, I believe. I think they maintain the same movement. I'm not sure now that he's kind of in this quadrant if he would go that way, but let's just say no. This guy goes like that. This guy goes here and stops. This guy goes here and stops. Oh, actually, this kind of works in my favor. She goes here and stops, but since her attack always hits me anyway, it doesn't really matter. So the only person attacking me is this one for 2. And I'm in the forest, but runes hit. Oh, that's also fine. I do take a damage from the seer, but yeah, I mean, I'm just going to crush them, I think. All right, let's freaking go! God, I can kill a lot of people, can't I? I'm going to try to kill every person. I'm just going to try to kill the world. So to that end, let's use Hail of Arrows first. I'm not worried about her, so let's do boop, dead, dead in a second. Okay, then for my first action, I'm going to move to here, because now this level 2 guy is closer to the town than I am. Blah, back down. And then I can kill him automatically with my Elven Blade. I think I got this guy. Because what do I have? I can attack once for 5 dice. Use the Bracers to attack again for 5 dice. Use my Snipe to attack for 5 dice. Use Flexibility to add 2 damage to one of my attacks. Okay, we'll just roll for a while. I don't know, 1 attack, 3 damage. Another attack, 4 damage. My Snipe, 6 damage. Okay, that's already enough. So that was a bit silly. Again, I've never had this much kind of coincidental luckage in the cards I was getting. But we win. We don't have to play out the last turn because we have defended Grimheim. So let's get to my thoughts on Fate and what I think of the game. So first of all, I have played this 2 and 3 player cooperative, not 4, and I think it moves very smoothly. As you saw, generally hero turns are incredibly fast. Now, yes, at late game when you have a billion abilities, they can take a little bit longer, but there's not much downtime here. And there's sort of that crisis management cooperation of talking about who's going to go where and who's going to handle what. But also there are abilities that boost each other, help each other out, or you can block for each other and stuff. So I think the co-op is pretty good here, about as good as a Pandemic or any of these other types of games. Now, something I adore are the heroes. There are 4 of them, and as you saw, they are super duper different. Different abilities, different equipment, different side quests, different events, different ongoing powers. There's a ton of variety in here, and playing each of them has felt very different. The melee characters, the range characters, and even game to game, this game I was way better at melee combat. The last game I only was dancing around and doing range combat. So I think it's neat that you have tons of variety in the characters and they level up in different ways each game. And just to focus in specifically, man, this is cool. More games do this. I feel like I might have maybe seen it once before, but what a great idea to give you little varied side quest game to game. Now, this is a pretty random part of the game. You saw that I got lucky and my first 3 side quests just happened to be next to each other. I've had other games where they're on the opposite side of the board of where I've gone. Now, you can cycle them, but some games you're going to get more, some games you're going to get less. I like that because it does mean there's variety in how you level up each time, but it could also be frustrating for players if, they just have a bad game or they don't level up. And really, I only won this game, I think, because things went in my favor so well. Well, I won't say I only won, but I won so convincingly because things went in my favor. So I think that's definitely something to think about for your taste. Similarly, there can be a lot of luck in the dice with them missing half the time or even more than half the time if somebody's in cover. I think there's a lot of mitigation and abilities that will deal with that, but yeah, sometimes you're just not going to be lucky in the card draw, not going to be lucky in the dice, not going to be lucky in the spawn. If they spawn like all over God's Earth, if you get like a really bad combo with a boss early on, that can be pretty rough. But at the same time, again, I think the variety is what makes the game great. Like, you are fighting very different types of enemies in very different spots every time I've played, and it forces you to do different strategies and complete different side quests. So it's a strength of the game. It might be a weakness depending on your taste. Certainly there is some swinginess and luck in its many aspects of the game. But there's also a lot of tactical play, a lot of thinking. You saw me like setting up combos. The event cards add into that in a great way. The resources you're spending, how to use your gold for quests and for things. Where do you put mana? How do you spend your mana? When do you spend it? Which upgrades do you chase? Which ones do you not? How do you use your very limited actions every turn? I think all of that is awesome. I really enjoy it. And I like this is a game that lets the monsters be varied, but they also get out of the way easily. So, like the Fire Horde has extra rage, the Troll can boost each other, the Undead hit a little bit more often. And yes, things get slightly more complicated with the bosses, but in my games, I've usually only seen maybe 2 bosses, possibly 3 by the end of the game. So it's not hard to keep track of their special powers. It feels cool when they come in. And I was showing you pretty much the easiest way to play, but you can have the longer track, which is going to let you level up more, which is going to make the game, they say, generally tougher, but will just give you more of an epic feel. You can play the short game like you just saw if you don't have as much time, playing with more or fewer heroes. You can start with more or fewer resources. And if you want to increase the tension and also make the luck factor a little bit higher, you can roll this monster die every turn, and they'll like be pushing your heroes or rotating around your heroes in unexpected ways, or charging more often, so you can't always like count on them not reaching the town as quickly. So I think Fate is a ton of fun. If you like the old Defenders of the Realm, but you want something that's way faster to play, it's not going to take 3+ hours like Defenders. Although, Defenders is fun in its own way. If you like crisis management games, but with a decent amount of luck, so maybe not Pandemic, but some of the, the more recent ones like the Warcraft or Star Wars Pandemic, where dice and card draw were kind of a bigger factor. I think Fate could be right up your alley. I certainly enjoyed it more than the average crisis management game just because the characters are so friggin' cool and how you level them up. So yeah, if it looks cool to you, go check out the crowdfunding page. And thanks for watching, good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.